Come on, little thing. She says she's been here. There she is. Okay. Okay. How are you? It's good. Hey girl, how you doing? Good. How are you? Good. Okay, guys. Yay. Go off the door. All right, friends, we have a new friend, Celeste, here with us tonight. So we'll all be on our best behavior. I know. So let me do a little check-in with all of you guys. So close your eyes for a minute. I just want to know what's going on. So eyes will be closed so that it's personal and private. You're going to give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, jazz fingers, whatever you're truly feeling. How is your mind feeling? Mind. Hold it up for me. Okay. How is your body feeling? Okay, all right, interesting. So it's very mixed, which honestly, I'm not surprised. If you guys are like me at all, the pressure, the weather that rolled through here this weekend takes a tremendous toll on our physical bodies and therefore our mental state of being, right? So if you're feeling extra tired today, kind of sore, maybe a little frazzled, know that all of that is normal, okay? We have Hatha class today, so we are gonna need our blocks. I wanna get into some nice warriors and a triangle pose. We're gonna build a little bit of heat today, guys. I think it's gonna be good for the mind just to push ourselves a bit. As always, if it becomes a little too much for what your body is asking for, you just skip a flow or maybe come down to your child's pose. So you can always just choose to ignore me, right? Friends at home, if you don't have blocks and things like that, get to like maybe your coffee table, grab some books, maybe a pillow, whatever you can do to support yourself in those lunges and warriors, okay? So right away, I would like to meet in a child's pose today, guys. I don't think that we need to be sitting up tall. I just want to give your spine some really nice support. So toes come together, knees open wide, let the hips get heavy towards the heels. There you go. You're doing it. Keep going. Yes. And then just soften. There we go. So right away, I want you to notice what is tight. How does it feel to be in this shape after your Monday? What is going on the inside of you? Just listen. Start to breathe a little deeper. Remember that you don't need to change anything. For just a little while, I need you to stop trying. Just stop. Find some stillness, some softness, and accept the support from the earth beneath you. Let go of your shoulder tension just a little bit more. Create just a little more space to breathe. Good. 2 more rounds of breath here. Good. Last one. As you exhale, lengthen onto your belly. Let those legs go behind you, nice and long. I kind of want you to take like an awkward stretch, but on your belly. Let's just feel playful for a second. Take up some space on your mat. Shift your hips left and right. There you go, Celeste. You can just like kick that thing away from you. Good. There we go. One more big breath in as you wiggle. As you exhale, open mouth, sink into stillness in this belly time. Good. Nothing moves. Your eyes don't flutter. You don't scratch your face. You don't wiggle your toes. You are in perfect stillness. Soften just a little bit more. There we go. 2 more rounds of breath. One more. There we go, my loves. Very gently and slowly, I want you to ground your hands underneath your shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale to use your triceps to press through tabletop and round back into that child's pose one more time. But this time, my offering would be to keep your knees together. So more of a parallel shape with your legs rather than toes together and knees apart, which is more of a V. So keep things like on the same railroad track. Good. Arms and head are still nice and heavy and relaxed. There we go. One more breath. Now, as it feels right, I want you to pretend like your hands are paint brushes. You're going to draw a rainbow on either side of your body, eventually wrapping your arms kind of underneath your thighs. Good. There we go. So opposite way, open nipple. Yeah, this way. There we go. That's right. Now, if you can, clasp your fingers behind your thighs. You might have to lift your booty a little bit. And we're going to go into our rabbit roll, my friends. So plant the crown of the head on the earth. You're going to make like a cat, lifting up through the spine, but stretching those shoulders away from the ears. This is a lot of pressure on the top of the head. If you need the support of your hands by your ears, that's totally cool. That's right, girl. Yes, good. To the top right here. So roll over, keep coming. Oh yeah, so I was thinking just like go like this. Okay, right? Here you go. And then put that to the bottom and tuck your chin in so that you can put the top of your head on the earth. Now straighten out your neck. Keep going. Yeah, bring your neck in the middle. Yeah, there you go. Good, good, good. One more breath. This is a big energetic pose, guys. On your next exhale, lower those hips, release the arms, and lengthen back onto the belly. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Good. Just see what this belly time feels like now in comparison as to the first time. Perfect. 2 rounds of breath. There you go, Shakira. Nice. On your next inhale, I want you to reach the hands towards the lower back, maybe interlacing the fingers. Forehead stays grounded. Good. Then, as you find an exhale, lengthen through the elbows. Keep the forehead grounded to really stretch through those shoulders. Beautiful. Perfect, Trish. Yes. Good. 2 big breaths here. If you need a little more sensation, feel free to lift the forehead up towards the front of your mat. Good. Continuing to pull those hands away. Big breath, ground through the tops of the feet. And exhale to let it all melt down. Slowly undo those interlaced fingers. Beautiful. Good. I want you to ground the hands again underneath the shoulder points. And inhale to lift and press into your cobra. So normally we're using the strength of our backs. Today I want you to really press, just go for it. There we go. Chin can be nice and lifted, or sometimes it's nice to have it more towards the chest. You find something that feels good for you. Nice. One more inhale. Exhale to wave the spine down. Beautiful. Take a moment once you get down there. And as it feels right, I want you to flip yourself over like a pancake. There's no rush onto the spine. Maybe one big full body stretch here. There we go. Big inhale. As you exhale, pull both knees into the chest. Give yourself a gentle hug. Good. Soft through the upper body. Shoulders are nice and heavy into the earth. If you're having trouble hugging your knees on top, I like to put my hands in the crease of the back of my knee. It kind of locks my hand in, and then I don't have to try as hard to hold. There we go. Perfect. One more breath here. Next inhale, lengthen through the legs, sending the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Beautiful. And then exhale, let's find our happy baby. So just opening the legs a little bit and then bending through the knees. Holding behind the knees or at the calf, maybe at the ankle. If you have lots of space, you can take peace fingers to the big toes. Very nice. Knees are coming towards the outside of the armpits as the tailbone lengthens away from you. So if your pelvis is lifted, try to make more space in between the tip of your tailbone and the crown of your head. Nice, good. Little rock side to side, or maybe rolling out the ankles is always fun. Beautiful work, guys. One more inhale. As you exhale, maybe drawing knees back into chest, or if you're ready to ground the soles of the feet, go ahead and send the feet onto the earth. We'll all meet there. One breath to rebound. Nice work, guys. We're gonna practice our rock and roll up to seated, but I'm gonna get a little weird here. So Trish, you're in the right direction. Everyone else, I want you to spin your whole body, flip your feet towards me. It's like you're a little top. There we go. Nice job, Shakira. Yeah. It's just fun. There we go. But you're still on your spine. Yeah, there we go. Good. So our rock and roll up to our boat. So you're going to gently hold behind the legs. You're going to lift the head, neck, and shoulders off of the earth so that you have a C curve in your spine. You're going to start to build your momentum. Yeah, just a little bit at a time. It's harder the more you try to control it. Eventually you'll come up, get a few rock backs up to the seated position. There we go. Keep trying. It's just for fun. There we go. Last one. Let's balance. Good. Try to pull the chest forward. There we go. And then set the feet down. Nice. Good. Fold forward. There we go, loves. Now, just relax the shoulders and the seated forward fold. It's really easy for everything to kind of creep up, right? So you just go where you can. Sometimes my hands are just rested by my legs. 2 more rounds of breath. You're doing great, Celeste. Here we go. Nice. Last one. Good. On your next exhale, roll up through the spine. Take your hands to the left side of your mat and just get a little twist. Looking back to the left, all the way over your shoulder. Big breath. One more. Get that digestion going. Exhale, come back through center. There we go, ladies. Let's twist the other way. So both hands to the right. This one's not really doing anything, just so y'all know. It's just whatever feels good in your body. Try to be long through the spine. Take that gaze all the way over the shoulder. Two more breaths. Nice work, last one. Exhale to unwind. Let's try our reverse tabletop today, guys. So feet are planted on the earth. Fingers are either in or away, depending on how your shoulder feels. That's a very personal thing. But once you feel like you're nice and square, we're gonna inhale to reach the heart, take the gaze up. Exhale to squeeze that back body, trying to make yourself into one long line here. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale to lower the hips back down. We're going to flow through that a couple more times, my loves. So if at any point you got to switch up the rotation in the arms, always listen to your body. Here we go. Inhale, lifting heart and gaze. Exhale to smoothly rise. This is a big stretch in the shoulder girdle, activating the back body. On an exhale, float it back down. Very nice. We've got one more of these coming. Inhale, lifting heart, lifting gaze. Exhale to squeeze, 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 and open. Nice. Squeeze that booty a little more, Shakita. Oh, that's my girl. Good job. Yes. One more breath. And exhale to lower it down. Good job, ladies. Take a moment to wiggle. Just gonna roll out the shoulders and the neck. And when you're ready, I'll meet you in downward dog. We're gonna start our sun salutations to get nice and warmed up before we go into our peak pose flows. Very nice. So I know that we've been working with the proper rotation of arms and legs. So let me kind of go through that checklist. Let's start with the arms. So looping the shoulder heads out, back, and down. That's right, Janae. Yes. Turning the creases of your elbow points towards me, but then pressing into your pointer finger and thumb as you spread the fingers wide like starfish. Much better. Press actively into the hands so that the hips lift up as the heart reaches towards the toes. There you go, Nicole. Heels may be lifted. Let's do this, guys. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Maybe you take a whole bunch of steps, maybe you hop, maybe you take 2 steps. There we go, love it, perfect. But come all the way to the top of your mat and then let that spine decompress. Maybe bending through the knees, no locking out in the joints. Inhale for a half lift. And exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, reverse swan dive. So stand up at the hip point, reaching the arms above head in your mountain. Good. Exhale, just bring prayer hands through heart center. Perfect. Inhale, arms come down and sweep out, around and up. Exhale, we forward fold again. So we find that bend in our knees so our belly rests on top of our thighs as our crown points towards the earth. Then we inhale to lengthen from crown to tailbone. So really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stick out the heart. Good. Exhale, forward fold. You were doing it, Celeste. Yes. Ground the hands. You may have to bend through the knees a little deeper. Inhale to step the feet back to your high plank. Nice alignment, Julie. Exhale, lower your knees. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Good. If you're working with your chaturanga, you know what you're doing. Forehead is grounded. Inhale to lift for baby cobra. Now make sure that you're using your back. This is not about the neck, guys. So this is what I'm seeing. No. Back. Yes, and exhale, lower down. Ground through the hands. Inhale to press through your tabletop. Elbows graze the rib cage. And then exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog again. Good job, guys. That was sun salutation number 1. We've got 2 more coming. Walk your feet up, Celeste. There you go, there you go, yes. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale for half lift. Good, Shakira. Exhale, fold. Yes, Sahaba, that was nice with the lift. Inhale, reverse swan dive. So at the hip, you stand up, reaching in your mountain. Exhale to pull prayer hands down into heart center as you press the toes into the earth. Inhale to reach those arms all the way up. And exhale to forward fold again. Very nice. Inhale for half lift. Yes, that's right. Exhale, fold. Ground the hands. Try to take 2 big steps back into your high plank. Nice and strong. Pulling the front body away from the earth, but hip points are a little bit low. Good. Exhale, lower your knees, or take your version of your chaturanga, lower all the way to the belly. There we go. Inhale to lift for baby cobra. That's a girl. Good job. Yes, Nicole. Exhale, lower. Much better, Shakira. Inhale to press through your tabletop. So lift your belly away first and then press through your arms. That's right. In one piece. Tuck the toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, guys. Last one. Big inhale, down dog. Exhale, forward fold at the top of your mat. Good. Inhale for half lift. You've got time, no need to rush. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's roll up through the spine this time. So articulate, massage the internal organs. Head hangs heavy. Oh, that stretch. There you go. Good. Start to roll up from my left to standing. Ah, yes. Head is heavy. There we go. Good work, everyone. As you reach the top, maybe take an awkward stretch. Do something weird that feels amazing. Always time for extra weirdness. Yes. Nice. One more breath. Beautiful. Nice. All right, guys, let's do it. Inhale to reach. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale for half lift. So keep this here. Come up until you feel my hand. More. Yes, no squeeze. And stick your boobs out. Ah, yes. Exhale, fold. Ground the hands. Inhale, finding high plank. Now check it out, guys. I'm right here with you. I need you to start articulating this. Lower your knees, not this, just the knees. Now in one piece, not this. You lower the rest of your body, like you're a stick. There you go, yes. Now inhale to lift for baby cobra. Go, Shakira, you can do it more. Yes, exhale, lower. You're ready, girl. Here we go. Inhale to press through tabletop. So this is what I'm seeing. No, you've got to lift your belly. One piece, back stick again. And then tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Much better. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, take a moment in your child's. Nice work, guys. Little fan action. Just relax the arms, the legs, the shoulders, the face. Let's see how all of that settles. Very good. 2 more rounds. All right, my darlings. We're going to be moving into our peak pose flows. If your blocks are not accessible, go ahead and move them to a place where you can snatch them quickly in case you need them. Love it. And I will meet you back in downward facing dog. But if you need a sip of water, take a little moment. Here we go. I can feel a lot was already stirred up. This is going to be good. Relax the neck. You got it. Good. All right, my loves. Let's take a cleansing breath in through the nose. Open the mouth and let something go. Plant those palms, Anna. Ooh, there we go. All right, inhale to send the right toe up for 3 points. Like you're painting a canvas behind you with your toes. Now, the top of your foot should be pointed towards the earth. So drop your hip point so that it's square. Yes. Exhale to bend at the knee. Let the weight of the toe pull your hip open to stack. That's right, Shakita. Other way, Janae. So send your foot towards that glass. Yes, keep going. Inhale to lengthen through the right leg, squaring the hip. Exhale, I want you to think about your knee coming to your nose. You're going to take a big step up into your lunge. Yes, blocks are lovely here, just in case, right? Okay. So in our lunge, let's check in. Our front knee is not over our front toe. Pull your hips back. There we go. Good. Our back toe is tucked and our knee is lifted. We're not rounded through the spine here. We're pulling forward. So from crown to the back of our foot is one long line. There you go. Pull your blocks in, Celeste. Yes, good. Now, we're going to inhale up through our crescent, but exhale to open into warrior 2. Nice and smooth. Now, in warrior 2, we're bending into the right leg. We're open to the left side of the mat, but we're lifting through this front body as the back body is grounding down. Perfect. Toe is pointing forward. There we go. Beautiful. We're going to inhale for reverse warrior. So send the right hand above the head, reaching for the back of your mat. And exhale. Warrior 2. Good job, guys. We're going to inhale through our crescent, rotating on that back toe. And exhale, big step up for a chair. Good, we've got time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to be still. Good, one more breath. There we go. Good. All right, guys, if you're in between your blocks, just take a little baby step back. I want you to open the toes at a 45-degree angle. All right, we're gonna take our yogic squat here, okay? So inhale to lift through the spine. Exhale to keep this lift through the crown as you bend the knees and come all the way down. Maybe our heels will stay grounded, mine are not today. Open the knees left and right, and then you can just plant the hands on your blocks, thank God, right? There we go. And then I like to just kind of shift and lean. Sometimes I just get to be still. Just take a minute to be yourself in this malasana. Yeah, I feel like you've got more, Anna. Yeah, there you go, good. One more breath. Exhale to come back to the center in stillness. Here comes our challenge. Inhale, exhale to ground into the feet. Lift, 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 lift. Woo, and release. Good. Beautiful, guys. Let's just take a little half sun sal. Inhale to reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, standing up at the hip all the way. And exhale, prayer hands come through heart center. Good job, guys. We're gonna inhale to take a giant step back into our warrior two with the left foot now, left foot. So right where we were before. Take that extra moment to really square it out. Good. Now, remember, lift up through the front body so that you can ground through the back body. Good. We're gonna inhale to straighten through the right leg. Exhale, shift the hips backwards, reach the fingertips forwards, and then I like to have my block here for triangle. Inside of the right foot. Yes, that's right. Now we're trying to spiral our heart open to the left. So it's like we're peanut butter between two pieces of bread. That's all I have to know. Good. So stack the shoulders, make sure that you're not overextended. One more breath. Inhale. As you exhale, use the left oblique to lift back in to that warrior two. Good, here we go. Inhale into our crescent. Back to the front. Up on the back toe. Yes, exhale, lunge. Move your blocks. There we go. Inhale to step this right foot back to your high plank. Either lower your knees and rest in child's or take your version of a flow. So lower your knees, lower in one piece down to the belly. There you go. Inhale to lift for baby cobra. Exhale to lower. You're doing so good, guys. Inhale, lifting yourself in one piece away from the earth. Moving through tabletop. Yes, Nicole, touch the toes. Exhale, downward dog. 2 rounds of breath to get reset for our other side. I'm so proud of you guys. You can skip this other side, or if you're ready, meet me back in downward dog. It may be time to take off your socks, Janae. It might be time. Yeah, I feel you dripping. Yeah. All right, guys. You got this. Here we go. We're gonna inhale to send the left toes up for your 3-point or your 3-legged dog. Leg is straight. Hip is down. Good. Exhale to bend at the knee to stack the hip. Yes. There you go, girl. Now this way. Yes. And then the weight of this stretches here. Inhale to square those hips, lengthening through the left foot. Leg. And then exhale, big step up between the hands for your lunge. Grabbing those blocks. Woo! We got this. There we go. Checking in with our things in our lunge. Knee is directly over the ankle. We're reaching long through that back heel. Yes. Heart is lifted, our neck is in line with our spine. Here we go. Inhale through crescent. Exhale, open to the right side of your mat. Finding warrior 2. Sink towards me, bend into the left knee. Toes are pointing forward, towards me. Towards me. Yes, good, good, good. Reverse warrior as you inhale, left hand reaches up and back. Exhale, warrior 2, good job. Inhale through our crescent. Here comes our challenge. My legs are so far apart. Let's see if I can do this. Exhale, step. Well, I didn't do it. Cheers, there we go, good. Inhale to stand. Exhale to breathe. Drop the elbows just a little closer to the earth. Good. One more. Feel your heart beating. And then if your feet are in between your blocks, taking that little step back so we can practice our Hatha. So opening the feet, toes are at a 45-degree angle. So the idea, guys, is that your knees are always tracking over your toes, right? So if you've got the rotation, go for it. I do not. So that's why we say right there. All right, here we go. Inhale to lift. Exhale, keeping that length through the spine as the pelvis comes down. Good. Heart stays forward. Oh, good. Open the knees. And then maybe we ground our hands on the blocks so we can get a little shift left and right. Good job, girl. Yes, everyone. Nice. One more breath. So good, Celeste. Here we go. Coming back to center. Big inhale. Exhale. Use the strength of your legs. Good. And turn the toes in. Oh, very nice. Roll those shoulders a little bit. And then we're going to take a big inhale. Big step back with the right foot into our warrior 2 again. Yes. So, yeah, come more. Yes. Yes, that's it. All right, guys. So inhale, lengthen through the left leg. Exhale, shift the hips back as you reach the fingertips forward. This should create a stretch on the inside of your left thigh. Then you can tilt over, maybe having that block. Triangle. You see? All right, close. So try to make yourself like you're in between 2 panes of relax. there we go. That's in between right there. Shake out any tension in your neck. One more breath, big inhale. Exhale, squeeze that oblique to lift you up. Beautiful. Inhale to spiral back through your crescent, tie on the back toe. Yes. Exhale, down to your lunge. Move those blocks. We got our last flow coming here, guys. Inhale to step the feet together in your plank. Exhale, you can follow me or take your version. Lower knees, lower in one piece, down to the earth. Oh. Easy, cobra. Inhale for baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Beautiful. Inhale through tabletop. Exhale, childs. So many childs. Just relax. Wiggle. Good, Shakita. 2 more breaths here. Last one. When you're ready, slowly roll up through the spine. Take a moment to pause, to reset. Just notice how you feel. You're alive. You did it. Good job. Yes. Okay, guys. So let's take one little seated stretch, our seated tree forward fold. So in this, ideally, everything's grounded, right? But you got to check in with the alignment of everything. So for me personally, my hip, my knee always lifts. So I like to put like maybe the bolster under there or a little block just so I can keep my hips nice and square, right? And then, so right out in front of you. Flex those toes back towards your face, and maybe this is enough, right? This can be enough. If you need more, we exhale to. And honestly, guys, I feel this more in my back than I do in my legs. So it's just going to be different for everyone on every day, right? But whatever you do, I don't want you to reach and create tension in your neck and shoulders. Try to soften. Take 3 rounds of breath here. Very nice. Last round. As you exhale, come up tall with the spine for me. Nice, ladies. Good alignment, Anna. That looks great. Anna, yes. And then let's switch the legs, nice and gentle. You can give them a little wiggle, a little slap in between. Yeah. And then notice how the second side needs a little bit different support. My left side is always way tighter than my right side. Perfect. Maybe sliding that block underneath the knee. Yes. And then inhale to reach tall. And exhale to either stay or fold, your choice. Good job, yes. Try not to clench the top of the thigh. Perfect, Zahava. Look at that upper back, nice and soft, room for breath. Last one. Exhale to roll it on up. Good work, everyone. So it is time for final wiggles. I know I normally have you laying down first, but I wanted to offer supported fish for our Shavasana today. So if you do want to take that, you can take your bolster, right like this, for your Shavasana, but take all the time you need to wiggle first. If you have been doing supported fish for quite a while and are ready for a deeper sensation, we will try the blocks. But, just options. All right, guys. So Shavasana is just Sanskrit for corpse pose. So we're literally just laying here breathing, chilling. We like the bolster. Well, we're gonna do a supported fish, but if you need another bolster for under your knees, we can definitely do that. Let me know if anyone needs a blankie. Good. And you have time, guys. Get all your wiggles out before you settle in. Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. And if this feels good, I'm gonna leave it here, but if you want it like more in the upper back, you feel the difference in that? Yeah. And then you can just let this lengthen. Good. Love it. Good work, everyone. So check in. Let your face relax. Let your pectoral muscles loosen. All the way down to your feet. Just letting go. It trickles through your whole body. Bringing in this week's theme of exploring the now. As you drift away, just be present with whatever your truth is right now. Enjoy your breath. I'll bring you back when it's time. I'm going to give you a few gongs just to clear the space. Just keep your awareness within for a little longer. want you to move the tongue in your mouth. Lift the corners of your mouth, find a smile. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, wiggle your fingers and toes. Good. Reawakening and exploring the now. Now you are free to maybe just roll off the side of your bolster into a fetal. If you need more wiggles in between, take your time. Maybe plant the soles of your feet and lift your hips into a little bridge. Find a full body stretch. The world is your oyster with wiggles. Here we go. And then find a shape that you can rest in for just a few more rounds of breath for me. This is still your practice time. Nice. One more round. As you exhale, begin to gently rise, just in whatever form or fashion feels best and most organic to you. Keep your eyes closed if you feel safe or if you're not ready for the light to come back in. Good. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to close with this week's quote. The explorer's heart is a voracious heart. It is a heart that loves truth rather than a heart that embraces the shadows of indecision and blind acceptance. Keep exploring, my loves. Be playful as you go across new edges. You're doing amazing work thus far. Never question yourself and just keep searching for your personal truth. Join me with prayer hands at heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me this evening. As always, I'm honored that you trusted me to guide you. Let's take one more breath together. As we exhale, we'll bow and say namaste. Namaste, my loves. Very good job. Now that was a lot. Please just be still as long as your evening allows. Make sure no little twinges settle in. We got the time and space. Namaste, Teresa. See you next time.